look, if my grandson stole my car, so I called his brother, he said, well, he got a friend named Billy. He's probably going over there. Now follow me close now. So I get in my car, and on the way to go by Billy's house, my grandson didn't hear the tree and the car's on fire. Now do I jump out the car and see him in this blaze and start whipping him, or do I take him out of the car?
Right. Take him
well, when she come out there, she's still in arm's way. She's sitting there hitting that boy, and the riot's still going on. Right. Some cops could have come up there and not known who it was and shot both of them.
Yeah.
So the normal thing is to take them out, take them home. If you're gonna whoop them, then do it there. Right. Okay? But it's what they like. It's what they like to see. Okay? But they'll go and look at Godfather, as long as it's white folks telling somebody to go to hell. I was looking for this earlier. This is the Chicago Tribune, front page. Okay? J. Edgar Hoover, the #1 lawman in the world. Chicago Tribune, Friday, March the 10th, 1978. Front page, FBI memo, use mob against Dick Gregory. This man, the most powerful lawman, sent a telex to the Chicago FBI, and I got a copy ciphered off. I had it before they had it. What's it say? Listen to it. Listen. Headlines.
FBI memo, use mob against Dick Gregory.
First paragraph.
The late J. Edgar Hoover ordered the Chicago office of the FBI to develop measures to neutralize.
That means kill me, huh?
Yep.
Kill me, okay?
Black comedian Dick Gregory, and suggested the measures should include alerting LA Cosa Nostra to verbal attacks. Gregory.
I said they lower than dogs, they lower than rats. He said, let them know what he say about them, and they'll kill me. If I thought the God I pray to couldn't protect me against this type of filth, I'd be the first one to help them pull the trigger. Okay? And so when you stop and think about this America, we do stuff here that would make Hitler blush, huh? Make Hitler blush. Now watch this here. Here's the king. Here's what the real God is about. If you ever been to a hospital where they do kidney dialysis, that's 90% black folks. What knocks your kidneys out? Fear, paranoia, and anger. Now those are the things, if you really believe in God, you're not afraid of anything. Huh? Now, what cools your kidneys out? Awareness and gentleness. Awareness and gentleness. That's what the movement was about. Cirrhosis of the liver. I remember I used to hear the old black folks saying, so-and-so died, I didn't know she drank. Well, here's what gives you cirrhosis of the liver: anger, rage, and depression. Instead of moving to change this racist system, we're gonna be angry and mean. Pop gonna come home and white folks and treat him like he a boy. Now he wanna come home and be a man. This is my house, boy. I'll kill you, but he didn't say that downtown. What knocks your lungs out? Grief, sadness, and shame. Anytime you whoop a child, that shames them. What knocks it out and puts it back? Courage, righteousness, love, and being lovable. I've been married 56 years. Why? I told my wife, you want this to work? It's not about love, it's can you be lovable? It's that simple. Can you be lovable? And so as we sit and look at what this country will do, I'm talking to people now, I'm going to go into Europe about this train wreck in Philadelphia the other day. We kind of turned to look to see if it was hit by a laser. Okay? That must have been the noise they heard. We're trying to find out who that last person was, because what this government will do, they'll create an accident and then put you on it, and nobody will doubt did you not die on that, you know? Right. Now, briefly, let's talk about Baltimore. Baltimore, they said, our children, oh, look at the church burning. That's a lie. It wasn't a church burning. I've been out here, as a matter of fact, I got shot and watched at the riot. I've been watching riots and studying them and researching them. Never have a black riot burnt down a black church.
That makes sense. Yeah.
What you were looking at was not the church. That church they talking about was in receivership, bankrupt, huh? Behind that church where they were building a recreation place for young folks to come and study, and 60 homes for elderly black folks.
They were building up.
Now, if they're in receivership, where they get the money? John Hopkins put the money up. That's what you saw burning. Who gets the insurance? John Hopkins. Oh, if I had anything to do with it, I'd go to school just to be a fire marshal, so I'd go ask them some questions.
Right, and that was another thing. The hoses, like what kid would think to cut hoses in the fire departments?
Well, if you look at the place that make the best fire equipment in the world, is in Spain. So I called over there, and I said, how much pressure would it take to cut a fire? So you can't, because when they made, they have steel engraved in it.
Right, reinforced.
Okay, so you can't. And so when you looking at it, listen, if I had a business that burned down, you know who would pay me? Baltimore. Now this ran in the Daily Mirror, one of the big papers in London. And what's that headline? Listen to this here, y'all.
The mayor told police to stand down while Baltimore began to burn during riots, claiming damning new report as calm returns to city after stringent curfew enforced by 3,000 National Guard and cops restore order despite clashes.
Now, this is the shocker. Now you saw where the Washington Post said the planes was there.
Yep.
Well, this really gets down here. Now listen real close now, real close.
All right, let me see what we got here. This part right here?
Here, right here.
Okay, yeah. NSA sonic wave weapon use in Baltimore horrifies Russia.
You know why it horrified Russia? Russia got stuff worse than that. A friend of mine said, but we don't use it on our children.
Right.
That's what caused them to act like that. Yeah. This here, they used it in, they just make you do anything they want you to do. Right. Anything they want you to do, and somewhere. So anyway, Seymour Hersh came out with an article I was telling you that said that the way Bin Laden died, the president lied. Well, what he didn't tell you is the 6 Navy SEALs that went up to the room, all of them been killed since they've been back here. All of them. 5 of them in a helicopter wreck. The 6th one was out in at the rifle range. And another Navy SEAL shot him in the head by mistake. Hello. And so again, I'm just saying, when you look, now I want you to hear this, because this is just incredible. This is Brother Freddie. Now listen to this. What's it say here? Listen to this. This is very important.
Freddie Gray reportedly won more than $50,000 in lawsuits.
Last year.
After he was...
Wait, hold on. Last year, he sued for police brutality and won $50,000. Now, why is this important? Because if it's not, the mayor, the police chief, need to say to the world, something's wrong with this story. Why? Because if he won $50,000 police brutality, the mayor have to know about it, the police chief have to know about it, head of city council got to know about it. So what's that say again? Then go to here.
Freddie Gray reportedly won more than $50K in a lawsuit after he was brutalized by the Baltimore police in the past. Was his killing retaliation?
Okay? See why that's important? What we say here?
Let me see what we got here. At the top right here or just the bottom?
Yeah, just I'll tell you where to stop at.
Okay. According to Freddie's family members who reached out to us on social media, and we verified their relationship through Facebook, Freddie settled a police brutality case against the city of Baltimore last year for more than $50,000.
Now turn to the next thing. I might have something marked over there.
Oh, this bottom right here?
Yeah. Listen to this now. Listen to this.
Whole paragraph or just that line?
No, just read that line, and I'll tell you, I'll explain it to you, what you're reading.
Gotcha. He got a structured settlement from the city of
Structured
Baltimore.
settlement means this. If he gets $50,000, they got to do the paperwork, the legal stuff. So the insurance company, you see it, the name of it?
Yeah, Allstate. Life
Allstate.
Insurance.
They come in and they'll buy it.
Sold it to him. Yeah.
They gave him $30,000, and they take $20,000. So when they pay off, they make the check out to Allstate. Then if this is not real, then what they should do, because it makes the city look bad, it makes the officials look bad, and somewhere, this should be, now finally, I want y'all to keep your eye on something. Watch North Korea. North Korea is probably one of the richest countries in the world.
Right.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
And there's a thing called tungsten. For millions of years, nobody cared.
Right.
Because you mix it with tin and metal and iron and go through temperature change, nobody needed it. Until the missile age. Until satellites, till radar. So now the fight started. Whoever controls that controls. So when we went into Vietnam, Korea, and bumped into them Chinese, we didn't know that.
Right, Chinese was over there.
Chinese was fighting. So then Harry Truman, hear this, Harry Truman signed a truce. The war is never over. Never over. It's still. And the 38th parallel splits the minds in half. But let me say this here. America has the mightiest military that's ever been put together in the history of the planet. And I don't care how much you love America, when you go into her military, you start off marching. Huh? Marching. Hitler started off marching. When he stopped, he damn near marched around the world.
So that's a good start.
It's a good start, but because we talking about guns, and America ain't never talking about marching on somebody to get their rights, okay? And so I said yes. And the other thing was what?
The other thing is how long before martial law, that came from Geneva, before this country go into martial law?
The people look like they're saying it could be by July of this year.
2015.
Yeah, and that's what all.
Right, because I thought Russia and China just made a deal with their currency. Some kind of way they're kind of backing them.
Well, no, here's what happened. The Russians put up $100 billion to set up a World Bank. Because Putin said the World Bank have nations in it, members, with less than 30 million people, and they have more right to vote than China with billions.
Wow.
So we're not going to submit to this no more. So then when Putin made the announcement, it was the day after the World Cup. So when he flew back home and that airline was shot down, his plane got there 15 minutes ahead of time. That was him. They were supposed to shoot down.
Wow.
And he went and killed everybody in Russia that he thought had something to do with it.
Those tricky stuff started going on in Russia.
Yeah. And so, let me just say this here. I started off like every other dumb American. I didn't know. I didn't know. What have to be wrong with us to let George Washington on his horse, and when I see the pictures of him, I do not see a slave owner. A slave owner, anybody would steal another human being, and another human being will rape you, will kill you. They don't look like killers. So, and here's how the universe, the difference in the universal God and the church. When them white boys got honest and said, look, we can no longer ever use ourselves as a picture of liberty because we scum. So say, so let's just in Philadelphia, so let's take this bell and hit it and call it the Liberty Bell. And they hit that bell, and the universal God cracked that bell from the bottom all the way up to the top, and they didn't even have enough sense to turn it around. So liberty in America represents a cracked bell, you know. And so again, I just cannot thank you all. In this museum, man, I've been to museums. What a blessing.
Like the museum in Alexandria, check it out.
And so what I would like to say to you brothers, don't stop, you know, because there's people looking, there's people hungry now for what you've given them. And it's very, very, very important of what you do. And so again, I just thank God for putting me in a position. Because I grew up, I was a little nappy head, black, didn't know where my daddy was and didn't care. And then today to sit, and did I ever think that I'd see something like what you all got? Because I can't go to NBC with nothing but some jokes. I can't go, you know. And so if you understand white supremacy, if you don't understand that, most white folks don't understand white supremacy. And so somewhere, if it's going to be changed, it's going to be the new world order, not the order of switching the mind. You know, just the fact that I got people calling me from foreign countries and saying, you think that train could have been hit by a laser from a missile? And so now people are going to look at it from a different standpoint. And then again, for the folks that died, the folks that lost all that craziness with their families. Can you imagine you left home that day, you kissed your children, your mother, your father, I'll see you this evening, and just boom, there is no evening, you know. And so again, I just say, I can't thank you all enough, man.